Hey everyone, Joey here, and today we'll be taking a look at the new best budget XR glasses, the RayNeo Air3s Pro. I know, it is such a cliche thing to say on YouTube. This new product is the best, and it continues and continues. But today, honestly, RayNeo upped themselves. The Air3s were the previous best budget XR glasses. The Air3s Pro version that I have here today is the new de facto best budget option. 4 months ago, I did a review on the RayNeo Air3s glasses. They were special because they launched at $219 for the early bird, but the regular price was $269. Basically half off of what other XR glasses cost. And so they became, at least to me, the de facto best entry-level option for anybody that want to jump in to XR glasses. Now, since a lot of the Pro shares the same DNA as the original Air3s, I would suggest that you go and look at that review too, so that you can get a full picture if you are interested. But, well, RayNeo is here again with the Air3s Pro this time, and these are $299 US, with some nice upgrades over the previous model that make this the entry to get. Let's do an unboxing of what all you get here. First is this actually really nice fabric case. And it is so stupid to just like a case, but what I like here is that it can actually fit the glasses and the cable without it feeling all squished, something that I found to be a bit of an annoyance with some other brands. Then we have the glasses and cable, of course, and we'll be talking about that later. There is a few manuals and such. There is also another set of nose pieces for a different fit, a demo of the prescription lens if you need one, and a nice cloth. Nothing too crazy or exciting, it is all the standard fixins here. So let's talk about all the major differences compared to the original RayNeo Air3s glasses. First, we have a massive increase to the brightness. The new Air3s Pros are up to 1200 nits of brightness, whereas the originals were up to 650 nits. That is basically double the nits. This really is where the best value starts at $299 because nothing really competes at this price, especially with this display. It helps for outdoor usage, with the brighter screen, of course, but more nits is always welcome in all scenarios. Now with this change though, that means there is literally 20 levels of brightness adjustment from all the way dark to all the way bright. So you have nice control over it all. You could probably see in the reflection of mine, that is my screen that I'm looking at is my script, and I have it on full brightness. So yeah, it can go very, very bright to the point where you're seeing it outside of the screen. Now they did go a bit further this time compared to the Air3s on color modes as well. That model only had 3 options, whereas you have 6 this time. So you have Vision Boost, which is good for sunny days, and it gives a nice boost to the brightness as well. It is also a separate toggle from the rest of these options. Then there is Standard Mode for typical usage, Professional for high color accuracy, Movie Mode for movies, obviously, Game Mode, which is good for gaming, and then Eye Protection, which is if you're feeling some eye fatigue or you just want to read, best option to use. Now, one area that I was surprised to see improved is the speakers. The Air2s, before the Air3s, had the best speakers out of any glasses tier that I've ever used. The Air3s continued that trend, and they have improved them here with the Air3s Pro. They have upgraded them to allow spatial sound. So you basically get a theater-like experience with movies and show watching. I didn't see them improving the audio as a feature here. That was something I never would have expected. Given they already held the top spot for me, and I've used a bunch of these XR glasses, but it is awesome to see, awesome to have, and yeah, it's the best audio out of any XR glasses for sure. This actually truly is my favorite upgrade out of everything. It is surround sound to the fullest on these glasses. This to me makes the glasses. The sound is loud, it is booming, it has bass, and it is spatial. Again, I don't know how they keep improving sound like this when others really haven't been, but RayNeo has figured it out to the point where, again, glasses 2 to 3 times as expensive as these don't sound as good as these. Now, those are all the main big differences compared to the Air3s. And the Pro, for the few bucks more, is a definite upgrade from those already. Enough that I would say that any entry-level XR glasses user should just grab the Pro instead. There is just more here, and it is better, and it is only a few bucks more at this point. Now, I will say it is interesting because I did get my XReal 1 Pros this week too, at the same time as the RayNeo Air3s Pros, and I have been going back and forth testing both glasses quite a bit. It is actually very hard to remember that one of these costs half the cost of the other. I find the RayNeo's viewing experience for movies and TV shows and audio and all of that to be a better package in a lot of ways, whereas the XReal 1 Pros get the nods for more features, better software support, albeit at a double the price. Now, most other things are still the same from the Air3s to the Air3s Pro. We still have some great eye protection technology with the 3840 Hz DC plus PWM dimming to reduce the screen flicker that you get, and it helps with eye fatigue and all of that, something that RayNeo did really well with the last pair, and they're continuing it here. We still have the massive contrast of 200,000 to 1, which makes everything look pretty great inside. Dimensions, weight, and everything else, all still the same, so it's really the improvements that we talked about before to the display and to the audio that makes the $30 price difference easy to stomach. Now, with that being said, I still have the same negatives that I did have with the previous versions. First, there is the lack of light blocking. Other competitors have the ability to adjust the transparency around the display, but still in the glasses, so you can block all the light coming through, whereas the Air3s Pro, like previous versions, does not have that at all. It would be nice to be able to just black out everything around the display, and I wish that they had included it with this release, but no change there, unfortunately. Another issue is there is no IPD or myopia adjustments here, either as a dial or in the software. Now, prescription users can get inserts, but you can't adjust anything here otherwise. I will say I found everything to be pretty clear and easy with my eyes here, especially since I use glasses for reading. Still pretty good, but if you have a heavier prescription than I do, it's going to be a problem. Lastly, it is really just the lack of customization of the screen within the glasses. You really can't do anything inside of it. You can't increase or decrease the screen size, you can't send it further back or closer. None of that like you would expect from other XR glasses. Now, with all that being said, you really do have to take the price into account when looking at all of those negatives, because you would expect a lot of things to be missing when it's about half the price of other options. And so the missing parts here are really the software and features. If you just want glasses that just work for movies and TV shows and none of the other frills, then yeah, this hits all the marks. Now, something new with this release that I didn't have previously is their Joy Dock add-on, and we can check it out. This is $89 and it is needed for Switch 1 and Switch 2 compatibility. Yeah, I said Switch 2. It is 1080p, 120Hz compatible, so you get the full Monty of Switch 2 on these. So the way it works is it connects to the back of the Switch if you want to use it in handheld mode. And it also acts as both a battery bank, since it has a 10,000 mAh capacity, and as a connection for the Switch 2 to work with the glasses. The problem is the holder I have here is for the Switch 1, not the Switch 2. So I wasn't able to test this in handheld mode with the Joy Dock on the back. I did reach out to them and they did say they will have a Switch 2 holder coming pretty soon. Now I will say, I can imagine this would be pretty heavy and not a great experience with the Joy Dock on the back. It's not exactly a light experience. The better way to use this, I think, is just connecting the Joy Dock to the Switch 2 while it's lying down, and then using a Pro controller to play with your glasses connected. That way, it is like you have a TV experience and all of the benefits, and you don't need to hold the actual Switch 2 in your hands. Given the awkwardness of Switch 2 compatibility with their proprietary USB-C connection, I think if you plan on using these glasses with a Switch 2, then this is going to be a necessary purchase, of course. And thankfully, not terribly too expensive at $89. At least it comes with a built-in power bank as well. But let's sort of wrap things up here. Like the Air2s and the Air3s before them, the RayNeo Air3s Pros have proven that RayNeo has the entry-level XR glasses market on lock. And they punch just way above their price class in features and what you're getting here, especially when it comes to the speakers and the display. I think my general recommendation for these is if you are looking to just jump in to the XR glasses market, you don't want to break the bank, and you want a great choice for just watching shows, movies, and gaming, then this would be my choice. If you need a lot of other features, you want to use your glasses for more production work, and so on, then there are other options like the X-Real 1s and 1 Pros that you can look at, but they are going to be a lot more pricey than this is. The Air3s still exists for $30 cheaper, but again, I'm going to be honest here, you get a lot more for $30 here that I would just suggest avoiding those and grabbing the Pros instead. So that's going to be it for this one. Sound off in the comments. What are your thoughts on XR glasses nowadays? Have you tried the RayNeo line? What were your thoughts? Don't forget to like and sub to help the channel grow. Come join me on the Discord to talk all about XR glasses. Support me through YouTube membership if you like my stuff. And hope you all have a good one.